I'm back. Well, I think I get the message. I've been doing this for about 3 months. I appreciate that you're watching this, but my modus operandi has been, as I didn't really know what I was getting into when I started, and my modus operandi has basically been that I'm as I'm doing other work, other kind of work, I'm watching or listening to other conversations and videos and things like that. And when I come across something that I think is informative, that might be enlightening to other people or helpful to other people, then I share the video. And I open up just by giving my own. Often it's a video that makes me think about things, so I give my own ruminations about the subject matter or something very related to it that I think, just to sort of explain where I'm coming from, or maybe add another dimension to what I'm sharing. And I think this has gone on long enough. So I will be making videos now and again. And probably, the name of my channel is Landscape, History, and Integrity. And as a landscape, I'll probably be sharing information about landscape, sometimes history. History is sort of critical to all things because history is what ends up giving us context. Understanding history helps us to understand the present. And so I'm really interested in going back and looking at it. And if you've watched videos, you'll see me often commenting about, well, so and so started 200 years ago, and we're just getting into the degradation of it today or whatever. Um, anyway, integrity. As I've ended almost all my videos, I ended up talking about look for the truth, and you can't deal if you don't have integrity. You're not too concerned about truth. So these are important things to me. I'm a landscape architect, so I know stuff about landscape and have insights about landscape and site planning and community planning and things like that. That might be helpful to somebody sometime. But for the most part, that's what I've been doing. And what I have found is that the most watched videos tend to be where, like, the type of title I put on it, or maybe some of the keywords I use, or maybe it's the image I select. Uh, that seems to be of interest to people. That's probably why they did it. So I was commenting about something on a Joe Rogan show that I'd heard an interview that I thought was good. I don't even think I listed the Joe Rogan. In fact, I'm sure I didn't. I didn't put that video down there. I just talked about it, but I used Joe Rogan's image, um, as the image uh, for the video. And I've done some things that are related to the economy because I think that for the most part I'm trying to be helpful, and I feel like there's a lot of people who just have not been paying attention. I've spent most of my life not paying too much attention to what is happening to the economy at the moment. So, for example, in 1987, we had the 1987 recession, and I got caught with my pants down. Because why? Because I was just going along. Everybody's telling me everything's going gravy. Look at the way the economy's going. Yada yada yada. And I just assumed that the people who were talking to me, had great insights. Well, they didn't. So I have learned that I need to know what's going on. And so I listen to stuff that helps me to understand that. And occasionally I come across something that I think might be helpful to you or others. Now, you are one of the one, two, three, four, maybe five people who watch me consistently. And I say one, two, three, four, maybe five because I doubt that the same person watches me every day. And if it is, then you're one of the two people who watch me every day or every time I do a video. Uh, I've not got any response from anybody. I've excuse me, I won't say that. Early on, I got a couple of thumbs up. like one per video for a few different videos. And I think that might have been from the Ninja guy who sort of did the challenge people to make videos. Well, I was watching one of his videos just the other day from a guy who was doing videos himself, had taken up the same challenge I did. And it's clear that the other guy had something to offer. That is, I watch the Appalachian, what's her name? Patera, whatever her name is. I watch her, and she's offering life on a farm, and with all kind of farm animals, and what's going on with farm animals, and what's going on with the farm economy, and she'll talk about broader things. But my point is, that's what she gives you. So if you like animals and whatnot, you might enjoy watching that video, so that because you see a lot of animals, etc. This other guy, he was talking about. It was to do with his own business, something that he'd been doing for a long time. He had just never done videos on it. And so, he started doing videos and they were doing very well. I think I'm so eclectic that I don't have one thing. I don't think anybody cares enough about landscape architecture for me to do piles and piles of landscape, a daily landscape architecture video, the kind of things I might talk about. And also, I'm a sort of challenge. I try to do a video on how to prune, which I think people need to know because a lot of people butcher their various plants, particularly crepe myrtles. And, I thought I'd do a video. And I don't have the technology if I do, I don't know how to do it. So I can't patch video segments together. I don't know how to do that. So I found that I've got to do a video, and I'm talking to you right now, and this is it. And once I hit stop, then we're done. And that limits what I can do. I try to do videos. You see a lot of people they're clearly on their computer, and they've got all kind of graphics all around them and everything. I try to do that with Zoom or whatnot. I just couldn't get it to work on my thing. So I'm basically just talking and sharing stuff that other topics that other people have done that I think are worthwhile listening to. Now, and so, I don't think that's, obviously this is not catching on. It'd be one thing if I had like 400 people, I think, watch the Joe Rogan thing. Now, that may just mean that they turned it on and watched for 5 seconds and turned it off, right? I don't know. But it certainly hasn't, I've had 50 do this. Sometimes when I use a graphic that has money or gold or Bitcoin in it or whatnot like that, some people will watch those videos. Those go up a little bit more. Again, I think they're thinking they're going to find some expert. And hopefully I've shared something that's worth something to them. But I've not got the kind of response that makes sense that I continue to put energy into this. I've got other things I need to do that would be more beneficial for me. And since I'm not doing anything that's beneficial for anybody else, then I'm not going to be doing this all the time. So you might catch every once in a while, but it's like on Facebook. I go on Facebook. Well, if I go on Facebook and spend 2 or 3 minutes on it, I might still miss 50% or 80% of the various various Facebook offerings that have been placed up there. So I don't, a friend has a birthday. Well, I've got so many Facebook people putting stuff on Facebook that their birthday goes by. I don't even know anything about it, right? I'd have to go to their site to find out, oh, it's their birthday, right? So you might be watching these things because you occasionally have seen it on Facebook. Maybe this one was on Facebook and you said, oh, I'll select that one this time. But I don't know how to do this any better than I do it. And it obviously is not touching anybody or not much of anybody. And you are somebody if you're watching this, but I don't know who you are. And you've not told me why you watch it or if it's worth watching. So I'm going to stop doing these things. Again, I'll occasionally do something on occasion, probably to do with landscape And it'll be on my Ecotone Land Design website for people who go there and want to check out what I have to offer there. So I will put something. I watched a video today with Joe Salatin. He is an agricultural sustainable agricultural guy, an expert in the field. I think his name is Joe Salatin, whatever his name is. I put it down below. It is a informative, a thought-provoking video about how our nation should be dealing with its agriculture and the deficiencies of the way we're having it and doing it. For example, they go in and they kill a whole pile of birds in one location, and now we don't have eggs, at all because they killed all the birds. And if you can find an egg, it costs you, $12 a dozen or something, right? So then he talks about, the pluses of living an agricultural life and how to encourage people to see the value of that. Anyway, you can check that out down below. You don't have to like this, you don't have to share this or anything else because it hadn't been happening. So I'm not even getting into all that. Have a good day.